If you're like any of us at Neva Health, you can relate to the frustrations that COVID-19 has put on our daily lives. Thanks for joining us. My name is Dr. Foss with Neva Health. In the last 10 months, COVID-19 testing, the quality, the availability has evolved so rapidly. But like most of us, we've got tons of questions running through our heads. I mean, you'd think it'd be so much easier by now, right? COVID-19 is caused by the SARS-CoV-2 virus, right, which is a new virus in humans causing a contagious respiratory illness. I mean, COVID-19 can present to be very mild or really severe. And although some people, affected could have no symptoms at all. I mean, in this video, you're going to learn how to decide exactly which test is the right test for you. How long does it take to get the actual results? And a few more tips along the way. Were you on a vacation and your employer needs you to demonstrate a negative test prior to returning to work? Are your children sick and you're not sure if you can't send them to school? Was a household member exposed to somebody with COVID? I mean, how about a new job that needs a negative test for you to begin? I mean, for a lot of these situations, it's essential to have a hassle-free way to get your test results super fast. Neva is now offering 3 different testing types, depending on your needs and requirements. And here are the facts, so you can decide which one is the perfect test for you and for your family. Now, first, we have what's called the rapid nasal swab test. And this format is going to allow you to get accurate testing results in probably as little or even less than 15 minutes. This is by far our most popular test because of its speed and its accuracy. And if you feel like you're developing symptoms and you want to avoid sitting around, wondering if you're going to get worse, click the link in the description below to locate the nearest Neva Health testing facility. The next test available is called the nasal PCR test. This test is going to provide results in 48 to 72 hours. And it also gives you the documentation needed that a lot of government and other organizations are requiring for travel and for different work functions. And it's best not to wait on this. If you need to travel soon, go get the test. Finally, there's a rapid antibody test. This produces results in under 10 minutes. And this test is primarily built for letting you know if you've already had the virus. Best of all, it's performed with a standard Lancet device. And you might be wondering, what are the differences between the rapid nasal antigen test and the nasal swab PCR test, right? So the PCR test detects the presence of the virus's genetic material using a technique called reverse transcriptase polymerase chain reaction, or RT-PCR. For this test, a sample may be collected through nasal or throat swab, or a saliva sample may be used. This sample is typically sent to a laboratory where the coronavirus RNA is actually extracted from the sample and then converted into DNA. The DNA is then amplified, meaning that a lot of copies of the viral DNA are made in order to produce a measurable result. Generally speaking, PCR tests are highly accurate. However, it can take a couple days to even over a week sometimes to get the results of a PCR test. Now, a rapid antigen test detects specific proteins on the surface of the coronavirus. So a positive rapid antigen test results are really highly specific, meaning that if you test positive, right, then you're likely to be infected. However, there's a high chance of what's called a false negative with antigen tests, which means that negative results can't definitely rule out the active infection. So if you have a negative result on an antigen test, we may be able to order a PCR test to confirm that result. Did you forget to subscribe? Go ahead and do it now so you don't miss any of the new therapies that we're coming out with, because we want to make sure that you're the first to know what's available. So click now. Now, all of our Neva Health Clinic locations are actively conducting COVID-19 tests every single day. So if you have questions about which test is the right test for you and to schedule your appointment now, use the links in the description below. And I just want to let you know that we have a special secluded way of testing people that are coming in so that we don't mix anybody who we're not sure if they're positive or negative with anybody else in the clinic. So a lot of times we'll go out to your car or we'll create a private, safe, sterile environment. And as always, your best defense against disease and illness is your own health, wellness, and your immune system. And this channel is really committed to bringing you leading edge treatment options and wellness information. There's a very small chance that this test can give you a positive result that's wrong, which is called a false positive, particularly when we use it in a population without a lot of cases of COVID-19 infection. So if you'd like to stay on the cutting edge of health and wellness with us, please be sure to subscribe to our channel now, okay? Let us know what you think in the comments. I want to know, have you gone for testing locally in your area? How was that experience? You know, did you get offered the rapid test? Did you get test results in less than 10 minutes? Did you opt to go for a PCR test? How's all that been going? And thank you so much for joining us today.